Hello, I am not Jimmy Van, clearly. I am Tyler Hyrchuk. Today is June 22nd, 2023, also known as Tyler Whitewalls. I'm in the middle of a move, so trust me, in future episodes, I will have much more lively activity behind me. My guest today is kind of what I would expect, like a sexy lumberjack on rain delay. Goes inside, hops on the sticks, gets in some video games. Mills, how you doing?
I did watch a TikTok recently where I was taught by a larger, sexier lumberjack how to remove an axe from a piece of wood. So I'll take that. I'll take the next step down. And besides, I have decided to completely show you up while you're moving, so we'll be okay.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for that. Much appreciated. And I notice how you said sexy or bigger lumberjack, which implies that you are a sexy lumberjack
I mean,
officially.
listen, anytime you put sexy anywhere near me, I will take it. I am not below or above taking, any compliments, but if you want to keep feeding them, we're here for it.
I'll try to sprinkle some more in throughout the show. For those who have watched in the past, Mills has been on more shows than I have, so he's the vet here. I might defer to him if I have to, but if you know the deal, if you don't know the deal, we got seven Know Your News kind of crazy stories that we're going to go through. I'm going to go and explain them a little bit in some detail, throw to Mills, see what he has to say, and then kind of go from there. Mills, you good to go?
I am, you say that I'm the one that has the seniority here, and I'm going to call it seniority because it makes me feel powerful. I will tell you right now, I am going to be as raw as you are here. So good luck.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And of course, guys, send in your super chats to get your questions or statements read on the air. And if you don't want to donate through YouTube or you can't catch the show live, go to kynchat.com and you can leave a question or statement anytime that we will read on the air, assuming that I can read, which I think I can. We'll see what happens. Mills seems suspect a bit, but
Fingers crossed.
all right, let's start off with story number 7 off the top. Reported by NBC Miami, a man attempted a robbery at a phone repair store in Miami, Florida, and he was caught on camera stealing merchandise while wearing a cardboard box on his head to conceal his identity. We have a picture here of surveillance footage of this man with a cardboard box on his head. There he is right there. Now, what do you think the problem was that he ran into, Mills?
Okay, well, first of all, everyone knows you put a cardboard box on your head, you gotta cut eye holes out.
That's
Okay.
yeah.
At the very least, there's a wrestler for AEW named Kip Sabian who used to come out with a cardboard box over his head, and again, eye holes. Easy. I mean, you can even see him lifting up. What is he gonna do? Run? Just looking at his feet. He's 100% bumping every single thing on the way out.
It made me think of crap. The robot that Cartman did. Was it
Oh god.
Mr. Roboto 3000 or something?
Yes,
Even he had eye
yes.
holes.
Next up, you know what he's gonna do? He's gonna start dancing. What's the band that has the one box dancer in the back? What is it? Oh, LMFAO.
Yes.
Has the when they're doing the dance in the background. Start doing the robot in the background. If this guy starts dancing, this story should be number one.
You hope that he danced. He did not dance. We have a video here to show you what happened. Ultimately, he couldn't see, so he lifted the box and revealed his face. As you can see here, smashed through. Oh, what am I putting in my bag? Oh, I don't know. Oh, let me just lift my. Hold on. Wait for it. There we go.
What? There are, look in the background. There are bags in the background. You could have very easily put anything over your paper bag. You can rip holes in it. You could rip holes. I would hope we could rip holes in them. As the lumberjack that I am, ripping holes in a cardboard box should be easy, right?
Right. I will say, though, a cardboard box, that's giving the lumber industry some business, right? A bag, not so much.
I'm just gonna put the axe back on the shoulder. Listen, we have to make our money somehow, and if it's in low collar crime, we're gonna help there too.
My other question is, like, if this guy was being COVID compliant, he would have had half of his face covered, right? Or he should have had half of his face covered.
So, at the very least, maybe pull the shirt up to match it. Be like this with the box over top, and then you're just looking out like this. Like I see somebody in chat, possibly like Solid Snake, where we're having a Metal Gear Solid reunion at some point next year in the video game industry. So I would love to see maybe go full cardboard box and crawl under it, up to there, break the thing, go back under, and then just crawl back out.
Exactly. And it looks like a perfectly good box that I could have used for my move. So it's not going to very good use.
I mean, wait. How many boxes do you have back there? Are you missing one? Are you a part of this? Is there a reason the story's here?
If you zoom in really closely, you can see my delivery address is on the shipping label on the box.
Well, we just doxed him. First story, already a doxing, so there you go.
Just to wrap up the story, 33-year-old Claude Vincent Griffin Jr. was arrested and charged with 11 criminal counts after allegedly stealing over $30,000 worth of merchandise.
At least he got out with a good haul, right? For the 3 feet he made it probably outside the door.
And can you imagine that story going through the APB? The police are like, yeah, we're looking for a man about 5'10". He's got a white box on his head.
What do you even put in the description? He's like, yeah, white box on his head, definitely picking up every once in a while, looking down, again, bumping literally every wall in the way because he still can't see it. You know damn well he put that box back on his head and ran right back out the door with it like no one saw him.
100%. On to story number 6, reported by Inside the Magic. Now, there's this popular roller coaster at Cedar Point in Sandusky, Ohio, called the Magnum XL 200. I would like to say it's sponsored by Magnum condoms, but it's not. That would have been a great opportunity. And one day there was a person sitting front row, and they decided on the roller coaster to pull out their phone to record their experience, which apparently is a big no-no on the roller coaster. So what do you think happened when he pulled out his phone, or when they pulled out their phone?
So I've seen enough of these TikToks before. I've seen these where, somebody gets on a roller coaster and all of a sudden faints, and then they wake back up. But that would mean the phone was gone. I have this weird feeling that the phone left his hand and possibly embedded itself in somebody behind him. So I'm hoping, everyone's okay. I'm also hoping the phone footage is insanely good.
That would be the hope. Ultimately, what happened, actually, it's a lot safer than you think. They forced an emergency stop when they were basically at the top of the hill, and then an employee had to walk up and confiscate the phone from the person. We have a video clip here you can see with audio, so you can check it out.
No, there's like a safety. Would they have to all walk down and go?
So there's 2 things here. The first one is, that dude is walking up those steps just going, God, why again? Why do they keep doing this? Because, the way he's walking, he's like, I've done this before 1,000,000 times. There's no reason. And he's in shape. You saw some glutes there.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. And, I mean, does this guy train for this? Is he, in the gym doing the Stairmaster? Because he's like, sometime this week I'm going to have to climb those stairs.
It's in the job description. You have to be able to climb 10 flights of stairs to even get through the application process. The other part of this is they're much nicer than I would have been. I would have taken that thing to the top of a loop-de-loop, sat them upside down until the phone fell to me. I'd have been sitting there just looking up going, yep, no, you're not leaving. I understand it's a wooden roller coaster, but guess what? That sucker's coming down at some point. You just might as well drop it. Please bring it down.
So you'd be the kind of substitute teacher who's like, if nobody tells me whose phone this is, everyone's getting punished.
Every single one of them is going to the principal's office, and then I'm taking them out and making them walk up the stairs the way I had to.
Oh, that would have been hilarious if they made everybody come out and walk down the stairs.
Walk back down, everyone get the phone, now go back up, and you have to finish the ride.
Oh, God.
Because down's easy. You got to go up the stairs for the real punishment.
Or make them go down, but backwards.
Oh, can you imagine? It's like the Rebel Yell, in a different roller coaster. You're going back. You have to go backwards on the roller coaster, then forwards on the roller coaster. It just amazes me that they stopped it where it was. At that point, wouldn't you have checked before they left?
You'd think so, but I'm wondering if they had their phones in their pockets and then just kind of pulled it out.
Oh, see, now I have a large carriage. If my phone's in my pocket, it's staying in the pocket. I'm not pulling out of anything. It's like an airplane seat for me. It's just like, yeah, I'm just going to stay here. 6-hour flight. No problem. Phone's here.
Just hang out.
Sure.
Recording aboard roller coasters is very strictly prohibited at every major theme park in the States. because of the risks, obviously, that comes with you lose your phone, you lose the grip, and, could smoke someone in the face, as you predicted. And they ended up escorting the guest out of the park after the ride. So they said after the ride, so he still got to enjoy the ride.
Wait, they let him go? Oh, hey, it was worth it then, right?
Apparently they took the phone and then walked the phone down, but they're like, we're not going to make this guy get off the. I worried that if he's in the far left, he would have to be like, oh, excuse me, sorry guys, sorry, so to get to the outside.
This goes, if he walks over there and he's in the far left, this goes on a completely different set of videos. It's no longer funny because there are ways you can fall through the track, all kinds of bad things. So yeah, let him go. Forget it. You know what? Let him enjoy the ride, get him off afterwards. And let's be fair, he probably didn't escort him out of the park. They were just like, get out of here, skedaddle, kid.
Yeah, exactly. And if left side, that would have been like a nice little live leak watermark in the bottom corner for sure.
World star, let's go.
Reminder, guys, if you can get your super chats in if you have a question or a statement you want read on the air. And if you can't catch the show live, check out kynchat.com. Leave a contribution at any time, and we'll read your question or statement on the next show. Going on to story number 5. Reported by Kansas City Star, people in Salem, Missouri have reported that there have been multiple sightings of a black bear, and it prompted police to issue a warning. Now, some of the warnings are typical, like don't feed them, don't interact with them, don't start a forest fire because they will inevitably tell you to put it out. But some of the warnings from the police have got people kind of wondering, you have to tell people not to do this thing? So, Mills, what do you think the Salem Police Department was telling people not to do if they came in contact with this bear?
If it's give a honeypot to the bear, I'm after seeing some of the horror movie that Pooh was involved in, I'm really hoping it's somebody walking up to give him a honeypot and getting absolutely mauled. But I'll also taking pictures. It's 100% taking pictures. It's absolutely, hey, let's go get the kids. It's a party time. Put them next to the bear. Let's take a picture. No idea why.
Well, this was not a blood and honey situation, actually. We have a screenshot from the Salem PD's actual Facebook post about this topic. Do not wrestle the bear. Do not wrestle. Do not wrestle the bear.
Somebody was like, you know what? If Putin can do it, I can do it.
And notice how there's it's not just do not wrestle the bear. It's, make sure do not promote or conduct or stage bear wrestling. Don't advertise bear wrestling. Don't collect any admission for fees for watching bear wrestling.
Hold up. The best part is number 8, where they didn't realize that putting an 8 in a parentheses would make the smiley face, and they still put it out. But what is trains a bear for bear wrestling? What is going on in Kansas City? Salem.
Yeah, well, look at number 8, right? Subjects a bear to surgical alteration for bear wrestling.
Cyborg bear coming to Mortal Kombat.
The only thing that I would do to alter this bear would be to surgically implant a red shirt that's too short to cover the bottom half of his body.
Wait. The last one said it's a misdemeanor. It's not even a felony. You're getting a slap on a wrist for bear wrestling. That's the best part. It's like, hey, you want to do it? You're going to pay your fine and go right back about your life.
Exactly. I'm wondering if this was cross-marketing with Cocaine Bear too, if it came around the same time.
Oh, come on. That movie is what this country needed after COVID. Get back out to the theater and see Cocaine Bear.
Now, Mills, if we had a wrestling event with a bear, can you think of any good wrestling names for said bear?
No, absolutely. Are you kidding me? There's enough bad wrestling names in wrestling as it is. Can you imagine putting a bear in a wrestling ring? I mean, listen, it's bad enough that we have to read about a police department training or saying not to train the bear. Now we're going to name it, put it in a unitard, fake mustache, Macho Man Randy Savage and buck up on the top rope. I'm seeing bears with elbow drops, bears with a sleeper hold. Again, it's Russia. It's essentially Russia. Salem, Missouri has turned completely Eastern European on us.
There's the clip, Rob. Salem, Missouri is Russia. Thank you so much.
Essentially Russia.
On to story number 4, reported by WGN TV. The Rich Township High School, great name for a township, in Illinois, recently held the graduation ceremony, and everybody got dressed up. They had their cap, they had their gown, and the school distributed these stoles for the graduates to wear, which is the sash, that goes around your shoulder. But there was a problem with said stoles. What do you think the problem was, Mills?
Assless chaps. Please be assless chaps. That's all I want. I want an entire like ceremony of just assless chaps.
Be careful, Mills. I mean, there's a line here with public indecency and
no. Come on,
it's a high school.
I was naked under mine. Let's be fair. I graduated naked under my sash. It's just what, and there was at least 50 of us in my high school that did this. So 100. Now I don't want to see it. Don't get me wrong. That's where the line is. I have no interest in seeing it. So maybe we shouldn't show this if that's what it is.
We got a video, and Mills, you are going to be disappointed because
describing the moment when his mother, father, grandparents, and others noticed the graduation stole with the word graduate misspelled, instead reading gradutate.
Also, apologies because my info given me by Jimmy said that there was no audio, and I was ready to talk over it. Anyways.
That's
graduate.
Okay. You have no reason to talk over that. It speaks for itself.
Yeah, so it was not horribly spelt wrong, but very clearly spelt wrong. And there were 600 of these that were distributed, and nobody noticed until the students started walking the ceremony.
That's the worst part. How many students graduated in this class and no one noticed before they started walking? Let's be fair. They noticed. The kids absolutely noticed. They were just like, screw it, I'm not going to say anything. You kidding me? This is hilarious.
Do you think it's kind of like where you get a misprinted card, like a Pokemon card, a Yu-Gi-Oh card, and it's worth more?
No, absolutely not. Can you imagine? This is my high school sash. It says graduate. I'm burning this thing after I'm done. This thing is cursed. It's a cursed piece of clothing that is only going to haunt you for the rest of your life.
Come up on stage, kids, and grab your diploma.
This is like the doll from The Conjuring. Like, you don't want this thing anywhere near you for the rest. Like, you're gonna go to college, and the first picture they see of you is like your high school graduation. You're like, man, I look really good. Graduate. Nope, he's out. We're gone. Community college for you.
Well, so supposedly the school admitted that they never actually checked the stoles before they handed them out, and they're supposedly photoshopping the misspelled word out of the grad photos.
I'm really happy they admitted that they didn't check them. Like, that was an admission they needed. Sure, we didn't check the stoles. Really? Because it said graduate. I'm pretty sure you did, right? Sure.
I'm surprised they didn't throw one kid under the bus and being like, yeah, the president of the school council, he didn't look at the stoles. It's entirely his fault.
It's his fault. He spelled it wrong with a form.
Can you imagine? So on to story number 3, reported by CBC News. This is kind of an interesting one. A man broke into a bakery in Vancouver, Canada, late one night, and he shattered the glass of the front door and climbed in. But that's not the strange part. The strange part is what he did after he broke into this bakery. What do you think he did, Mills?
How clean do you want this answer? Because I'm thinking
filthy.
American Pie. I'm thinking American Pie is definitely, it's Canadian. So whatever he did, he thanked it and left the money on the counter afterwards before he walked back out. Yeah, 100%. It's closed, microwave. You get yourself a nice little bear claw. Have a fun time.
Don't over microwave it though, because that's cause for some damage. But I guess the universal healthcare can fix you right up. What actually happened was he cleaned up the glass, took selfies on a bakery-owned phone, and then he called the next week and apologized and paid for everything.
Of course he apologized. Of course he apologized. My question is, it's a bakery-owned. What was a bakery-owned phone, like cell phone, doing in the? I mean, I guess maybe just they're using a cell phone instead of no one has landlines anymore. You took a selfie and then a week later you got away with it, mind you, because he came back and apologized. Is there a more Canadian story than saying I'm sorry and admitting to it and then, coming back and paying for the window?
I honestly don't know. And it's a good point you brought up the bakery-owned phone, because I'm almost picturing like a dialed phone, and he picks it up and he's like trying to spin it. He's like, how do I take a picture with these things?
It's not a picture with the phone. He's literally holding the phone in his hand like he's making a call and taking a picture with it. It's like it's part of the whole set, because he's like, you know what? I'm so Canadian. I'm not only going to take pictures. Matter of fact, I'm putting them up as Google reviews. I'm leaving a 5-star Yelp. I'm coming back a week later. I'm going to come in and work for them and bake all the donuts and again, bear claws, because it's a Canadian delicacy. I'm coming back. I'm going to make all of the stuff for them. It's going to be beautiful. Matter of fact, the bakery probably loves it at this point. Probably advertise, come break into our bakery and then make all our food for a week.
Well, that's incredible foresight on your part, because this guy took 6 cupcakes, and the owner, Emma Irvine, says that apparently they had a good conversation the following week when he called to apologize. Not only did she not press charges, she used the selfies as inspiration for a new cupcake. And we have a picture here. So she's selling this cupcake with the sunglasses that he was wearing when he broke into the bakery.
Listen, Canada is a different world. I don't know what any way to do this. I don't think Canadians have Twitter. I don't think Canadians have any kind of social media, because the toxicity that's there just doesn't exist in Canada. You know what? I think I might move. It might just be better at this point.
It might be. Joel, can you throw that picture back up for a second? Because there's a beautiful little detail here that I think just happenstance. I'm assuming that's like sugar crystals on the top, but it looks like broken shards of glass.
It's me. I'm a Canadian.
Holy shit.
Sorry.
Holy shit.
Sorry. I'm also an incredible cupcake baker. Thank you.
One more reminder, guys. Get in your super chats if you have questions or statements that you want read on the air, or go to kynchat.com. Leave a contribution at any time, and we'll read your question or statement on the next show. On to story number 2. Reported by, we're back in Florida again.
Big surprise.
Surprise, right? 7 stories and at least 3? Oh, and the last one's Florida too. So we got almost 50% of our stories from Florida.
The gift that keeps giving.
Exactly. An officer with the police department in Treasure Island, Florida, was on foot patrol when he came across a large alligator sleeping on the beach. Now, this is a dangerous situation. They're common in that area, the alligators, and police, I guess. And the officer decided to approach it from behind and tap its tail to try and scare it away. What do you think happened?
I'm pretty sure that's illegal in most states. I mean, you're not supposed to definitely not supposed to tap any type of tail as you're approaching anything from behind. He should know better, especially in 2023.
Well, it was actually an American Pie situation. No, I'm kidding.
Wait, what?
Joel, can we get a picture up here, please? It was a sand sculpture.
Oh my God, of course somebody in Florida mistook a sand sculpture for an actual alligator, which again, like you said, alligators are pretty prevalent down there, so fully understand that, but how do it doesn't move. It's not green. Like, what is going on down there?
Well, I mean, when I started reading the story before I saw the picture, I was like, this guy's an idiot. But then I saw the picture and the poor lighting, and I was like, it's just kind of a blob down there. It's dark.
I get it. I understand. Like, but at the same time, you're a police officer in Florida.
They're ossifers down in Florida, yeah.
That's my Canadian accent, by the way. No, you're a police officer in Florida, right? You're used to having alligator issues. It's completely prevalent down there. You should at some point understand that if you're looking at something on the beach, and I've seen those cop flashlights, they're bright as anything. I know the lighting looks terrible now, but let's be fair. Someone just took a picture with a Nokia phone, okay? Matter of fact, that's the phone from the Canadian bakery they brought down to Florida to make that picture, because there's no way you look at a sand anything and go, that thing's real.
I don't want to glaze over the fact that you said you're very familiar with police officer flashlights. Is there something you want to tell us, Mills?
No. Hold on. I'm just saying, I know they're very bright. I have a tendency to, every once in a while, extend the engine on my vehicle. I have a Ford Bronco. I'm very happy about that. And Ford Bronco's not good for police, obviously.
No, they're not. On that note, one, guys, Google for white Bronco if you are not familiar. One thing that came up recently is, do you know the Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot?
Wait, what? I haven't heard this yet.
So I think it's true. We don't have any media prompt for this, so you're gonna have to Google it on your own. But a picture of Lori Lightfoot surfaced, and she's got kind of bug eyes. And somebody was like, she looks like the new 2023 Ford Bronco because of the headlights.
Because of the big headlights. The big headlights are round and they're like LED lights on the outside.
Yeah.
No chance.
Oh, rough. Okay, on to story number 1. And we're not leaving the state of Florida. A driver in Walton County, Florida, spotted a turtle on the highway and decided to stop. Nice guy, to avoid hitting and probably killing the turtle. And that was good news, but the whole situation turned sour quite quickly. The turtle was not harmed. There was no American Pie situation going on. But what was the bad news, Mills?
The bad news is that it was Robert Irwin's son, and that's how we lost him.
Robert Irwin's son?
Yes, Robert. Or did I say Irvin? Is Irvin?
No. You said Robert. You're talking Steve Irwin's son.
Oh, Steve Irwin. Is it Robert? Wait, is Robert the son? Hold on.
Robert's the, yeah,
sure. Is it? Okay, there you go. It's not Robert Irwin's son. I hope not, because that would be weird. No, it's Steve Irwin's son, Robert Irwin, coming up from Australia, and you know what? That's how he died. The joke has gone too far. I'm just going to keep beating it until somebody laughs.
Yes. What actually happened was we got a video clip, and supposedly there's no audio. So go ahead. Yeah, there we go. The driver stopped on the highway, and then he caused a chain of crashes involving a half dozen other vehicles. There's the turtle right there. Ooh!
And tell me the turtle made it.
Supposedly the turtle was not harmed. Supposedly.
I understand. Listen, I understand. You see an animal, your first resort is, hey, let me stop. But again, too many people they'll see a squirrel go across the road and realize, hey, it's the squirrel or the 30 people behind you. And if you're not aware, then you should swerve. Don't brake, swerve. Swerve, don't brake. Okay, that's what it is, because you're going to get somebody else killed, and that squirrel will live and wave hi to you as he goes off, and the 3 people going up to heaven or hell, whatever they're doing, are going to be very upset with you.
I would argue there's a third option. So there's swerve, brake, or speed up.
Okay, so you're going for points, is what you're saying. You're like, listen, if this thing's dumb enough to come out in front of me, you should have learned your lesson.
Well, if you're going at a certain speed and you're not, it's not fast enough, I guess, to crush the turtle. I'm so sorry. Then you're just kind of, boop, and then you're off the road anyways.
You just speed bump a turtle and say that's fine?
No.
Listen, I'm just going with what I'm hearing. Okay, I'm going back. I'm going back to Canada. Sorry, guys. So
we at Know Your News do not condone turtle harm. But speaking of, road accidents and incidents, I think it's common knowledge up here in Canada that if a deer runs in front of you, that deer's legs are getting taken out. It's smoking your, it might bounce off. But if a moose runs in front of you, it's just going to take off the top half of your car.
Oh yeah, the antlers on a moose are one of the most destructive things that can hit your car. You might have a better chance against a telephone pole than you do a moose's antlers.
Oof. And what's the plural of moose, Mills?
Meese.
Well done. I threw it out there, and he reeled it in.
It's my Canadian heritage.
Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, Mills. I appreciate it. Go ahead and do some plugs.
No, there are no plugs. Go make sure you're following this channel. Subscribe to Know Your News. Make sure you're put the other one up. Joel, put the other image up over me. Don't look at me. The image that says the super chat or the contribution place. There you go. KYNchat.com. Those are the plugs because those are the real stars.
Yes, thank you so much. Obviously, the KYNchat.com. If you're not watching this live, we'll read your question or statement on the next show. Thank you so much, Mills. At Mills Twitch on Twitter. You got lots going on too.
No, actually, I have nothing going on. My life is just one continuous attempted joke after another. You throw enough against the wall, eventually something sticks.
That was another Moose Me situation. I threw something out for you, and you're like, I'm not catching that one.
I told you, see? Like I said, I think one failed joke after another.
Well, thank you so much. That'll do it for KYN Live. Tune in next Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern for more news stories that are totally real but totally ridiculous. And until then, thanks so much. Joel, you can press that big stop button.